Hi everybody, it's Anne from Revelli Artistry again. Just to catch up with you, my last video didn't finish because my battery ran out, so you didn't see the results of my first faux crocodile skin coasters. I'm pleased to say these are the results. I hope you can see them okay. You can see they've got a lovely shimmer. It's supposed to be chameleon, but it's a cheap one and it's not that good, so I've ordered some better quality hopefully, but can you see how they shimmer and shift? I'm really pleased with them. I'm just about to make two more in these colours. Hopefully you can see those. These are just cheap nail chameleon pigment powders, the same as I use for these, but it'll make a nice set of four, I hope. Anyway, so but just to keep you up to date, I'm going to make a mould. I mean, obviously I made this mould myself using these templates, which we call blanks, which I made by buying a piece of faux crocodile, sort of fabric, sort of leatherette, let's say leatherette, it's not fabric. And I happen to have a 4-inch cardboard cylinder, bizarrely, which is what size I wanted. So I cut depth and the right, cut the right depth using a blank I've made with a plain one, and it's sealed around the edges with silicone. And obviously I've got to make, to do a set of 6, I need to be able to put 6 blanks like this into a moulding tray. So I've actually got 4 more here, or 4 altogether. They look a bit messy, don't they? But just ignore that. And I'm going to cast them in this massive baking tray that I have, and they fit really nicely. So it's going to cost a bit in silicone, but I've got that coming early part of next week. So let's see how that turns out. I did have to do quite a bit of sanding on my blanks originally when they came out of the mould, but I mean, the results they've given me are perfect. If anything, these were slightly too deep, so I didn't quite fill the mould when I poured for my 2 there. Anyway, I've made up some more resin. I'm really, let me just show you, really in love with this make. Hardly any bubbles. It's J Diction, it's UK. They're very prompt service. They do a faster set one, which is what I made the other 2 with, which was great, but you really have to be busy with it. You really need to do your colouring and all your prep, and then mix your resin, because you really don't have that long with it before it starts to set. Anyway, J Diction, I can recommend. It's very good. And as you can see, well, I hope you can see, it's almost bubble-less. I mean, it's just bonkers how few bubbles there are in that. So I've mixed up, this is the normal curing time one. I've mixed up some sort of metallic black to go on the back of my colours. See, but these have been, it's got a bit dusty, I need to sort that out. These are the backs of the ones I've made. Because you do get a bit of pigment fall through, and it doesn't look too bad, so I'm quite happy with that. Right, so I need a paintbrush or a makeup brush. I use this one, just it's a cheapo from the works. It's got a slanted edge, which is good for getting into corners. So without further ado, let's paint these up. And I really hope it's still, yeah, I think we're still, oh dear. Hate these things. Oh, there was pink pigment at you. Isn't that a lovely colour? Look at that. That might be my favourite. Let's go with this one. So it's all glittery, but a little bit goes. You see how a little bit goes a very long way. You got to make sure you work it into all the crevices, but it's quite quick to do. Which is what I needed today, because my husband's taken me to McDonald's. Yay! Doesn't everybody love a McDonald's? In fact, the prices of going out for dinner today, you might as well have a McDonald's, because you know you're going to love it either way. Whereas you go to a restaurant, you're paying a lot of money for something probably that you could cook at home. or would taste the same as something you cooked at home. So I'm big into McDonald's at the moment, and I'm on the hunt from the range to hopefully get some glitter, some various colours of glitter. I tried Hobbycraft, but they only had this organic, biodegradable, and I didn't know what that was going to do if I tried to use it in resin. So I thought, I don't want it to melt or something. So I gave that a miss. It was quite expensive as well. You know, you can't, you know, having fun isn't just for people with money. You know, I work for the NHS, so therefore I don't have a lot of money. Goes with, of course, however, I love my job. That aside, now, can you see that? Isn't that just beautiful on its own? It's a little bit of surplus. I've given it a little blow. Oh, that's such a pretty colour. I'd love to do a set of 6 just in that colour. One of my daughters would love that, actually. She's very into pink. This one is like a sort of midnight blue. I do get in a bit of a mess with these because anything that can spill or I will spill it. Oh, well, that's quite a nice colour. Get off. Lordy Lord. I watched Sherry Moulton yesterday. She made these amazing coasters with, oh, I couldn't believe it. She was just blowing bubbles in a bit of washing up liquid and water and using the bubbles. So that I'm going to try that. I am, because it just looks so much fun. Oh, look at how that's going on. Isn't that lovely? I take back what I said about you, you nail pigments. You are pretty good. Look at that colour. I don't want a scrim. I want it to be sort of like a densely covered, because I want to make sure that I get all the defined lines of the crocodile skin. I'm just going to call it crocodile skin. I can't keep saying faux. It doesn't ever come out right. It doesn't matter if a bit goes on the side, because if you're going to put black in, black is the best backing, unless of course you're using a very light coloured shift, which I've got hopefully come in the post, in which case I'll probably use white resin to put on the back. But so it doesn't matter if there's any bits on the side. So I'm just going to blow that off. So you can see it does shift, doesn't it? You can see that. Not so much the pink, but I don't mind that. But this one's shifting, greeny, bluey colours. Okay, it's easy as that. So now I'm going to get my black and I'm going to pour it. How far should I pour it? Oh dear, I'm going to try and just wing it. Here we go. Oh dear, have I made enough? Let's let that. Is it going that way? Yeah. Why is it not? I want you to go over there. Doesn't it move around? About equal at the moment, so let's. I know my table's level because I've measured and measured and measured. I can see some pink coming through on this, but that's no bad thing. We won't worry about that. A bit more of that one. It's quite full. I think they're about the same actually. Okay, I can see, I don't know if you can, the slight tinge coming through from the pigment underneath. Where's my... You can see this, I've got bubbles around the edges, so what I will do is get my little stick. I'm just going to go carefully around the edges, just to sort of free them off the edge, because they sort of cling. I'm not touching the bottom, I hope. I don't want to scrape the bottom. It was so hot yesterday. But hallelujah. I refuse to believe that one hot day is indicating global warming though. I mean, when I was growing up, we literally, my dad used to, well, I was one of 6 kids, and we had great fun when it was really hot, cooking fried eggs on the patio, literally straight on the slabs. And it was great fun. We loved it. Every year we did it. So I can't see why this is suddenly global warming. And we've had, I just remember really hot summers, you know. And hey ho, scientists know best. It's like when we have a storm. Well, that's a gale. Gale force wind. It doesn't have to have a name. It doesn't have to be humanised. It doesn't have to become Ted or Roger or anything else. Anyway, there we go. Let's wait and see till the morning. Unfortunately, this one is a longer curing, so we have to wait till the morning. So what these turn out like, I will tag onto the front beginning of the next video, because I haven't worked out on my camera how to stop and start. Well, I can stop and start, but then if I stop and go away, it sort of stops after so much time, and it's no good to me. Anyway, so we'll do that, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now. Have a lovely weekend.